Hi everyone, Vicky here, and I am on my second Reboot Watercolor class video, and I ended up on last time with this day 11, I guess, these, and since then I think I've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days worth. Not saying very much, but I tried. Okay, so let's see. Then the next day was what I said this was 11, so it was 12. So 12 was the leaves. So I started out doing some of these leaves, which, you know, I thought, okay, that's not too bad. And then I did the whole page of this paper because I'm using this, I found myself using this little tiny booklet, which, you know, when you do this little booklet, you feel like you have to do really well because it's representative of one day. And it's not working for me. So it's making me more nervous. So this is freeing, and you can just practice and practice, and that's okay. Use up all your watercolor. You can never do that because it lasts so long. And paper, well, paper, I practice. This is Michael's 140 pound, which is probably less than $10. I don't know. I haven't bought any recently, but it's inexpensive, and they say use your expensive stuff, but you know, I'm practicing my brush strokes. I'm practicing, you know, the amount of water that's on the brush, and there's a lot of things to think about, and so I don't want to be wasting expensive paper. So I recommend using these papers for practice, and then when you've got that the amount of water that's working well for you, and the brush techniques, that the pressure that you put down on the paper and everything, when you got that down, then after you've done several pages of this, it's okay, then do your book, or don't do it at all. I mean, you know, you can do one for example of what you did for your beginning class or something, just to remember, refresher or something. But you know, all these the practice, you're going to need a lot of practice before it's going to look anything close to where you're going to be acceptable to you to be in a little expensive little book. Well, this little book is less than $10 or $12 maybe, so it's not that much, but still, it's representative of your work. And so I recommend to use the little use a lot of the inexpensive papers for practice. So let me show you what's next. Okay, so what's next is leaves, and I showed you the bigger ones, and then I stuck on these little practice ones too. Practice ones, I should do the back side too, so that, you know, I have more practice ones to show myself in case I don't continue this for a while. And so that's okay for me, you know, this part. Then this one came along, and I said, you know, this was difficult. These little trees are the ones that really gave me a hard time, that I just didn't even want to, I mean, at the time, I just didn't want to even do watercolor anymore. It took up so much energy and so much concentration, and I was frustrated that I said, I don't want to do this. So I quit that page. And then the next day, what it was, more trees. So it made me upset. And so I did do a one. This one looks okay to me, and I was happy with that. But I was done with those trees anyway. And then the next day, it's day 14. Day 15 is ocean. And I thought at first, oh, that's going to be easy because it's just, just do a gradient of color and things. And then she go into the waves and then it messed me up. So I wrote a bunch of notes here because it's just, it didn't come out, the waves didn't come out the way I liked, and nothing satisfied me. This is when I decided I'm not going to do these. But yet, again, the next day is number 16, and I did the flowers. She's changed the flowers, and from 16 to 31 is all flowers, pretty much flowers. And so I decided this is where I'm going to just do practice on the large paper. I just checked out this. This is Michael's also, but this is 90 pound. It's not as good as the 140 pound paper of Michael's, but it's inexpensive. Then I took out my Paul Rubin watercolors that are shiny because I like the shiny ones in the flowers. So I did do that this morning. It was the what did I say? It's number 16, 17. This is number 17. And I like the free form and how she did that. So I did do that one on here. Now, on the other ones, I suggest that either you do the whole page like I did on the leaves, the big page like this, and just keep doing leaves after leaves after leaves and do it on the back and front. Or if it's other things like gradient beaches or whatever, I recommend doing it this way. This is the 140 page, 140 pound. There it is, 140 pound, 24 sheets, 9 by 12. And this is very inexpensive watercolor paper at Michael's. And I would recommend this one because it's heavyweight. And I think, and then you can divide it up this way with your washi tape or whatever tape you have. And those, even washi tape is going to, or even the blue tape, the painter's tape, it does take up the papers. And even the expensive papers, it will take it up. But, so you can, they say, to reduce the tackiness by doing, getting some, your finger oils on it, and maybe it won't take up the papers as well as much. But and do it soft, just do it strategically and softly. Don't rip it up. So I recommend doing this for practice, and that's what I'm going to do in the future. So until the next, how many do I have left to do? I said I have 16, so I've got up to 31, so that's quite a few I still have to do, and I don't do it every day, although I try to in the mornings, early in the morning, and while it's cool up here, I try to get out and do at least a little watercolor, and I need to practice the amount of water on my brush, and also I noticed I need to practice the pressure and not be so tight and just be more free. And so that's my update on my Reboot watercolor class. So hope you guys, if you're interested in doing that, to follow along and get started, and let me know if you are, and I'd like to see what you guys are doing. Because the end result is what my goal is. To be good enough that I'm satisfied with what I do. I'm not trying to make a masterpiece. I'm just trying to do some backgrounds and some other work that I add to. So, but I have fun doing that. It's a challenge, and one that's not one that's I would give up on. So I hope you guys have some value in this that I'm giving you, but if you do, give me a smile. If you have questions, let me know, and let me know if you guys are doing the same thing or your watercolor experience. I love reading the comments, so if you could, I would appreciate it. And I'll talk to you in the next video. Bye-bye.